Hello.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
What up?
Hey, how you doing? Again, this is Rashawn, Rashawn McCarter.
Sean?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yep, yep.
a mechanical engineer major from Biloxi, Mississippi, junior.
Okay, word. You said you were a junior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Word up.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
what's good?
Nothing much, man. Like so, in all transparency, so I recently just like helped cross the new line at TM.
Okay.
And so I'm the sergeant in arms, or I was a sergeant in arms, but taskmasters are kind of slacking, so I basically became, the dad of the year, the dad that stepped up essentially, and kind of felt like, they all treat me like the taskmaster, but I kind of handled that this past line, and it kind of caused me, just to go through like the docs and stuff like that, and I didn't realize that there are so many others that we didn't necessarily like learn at the time. So yeah, that's kind of like, I know Greg is one of like my Quint players. I played a Quints. He's one of the Quints that I did have a relationship with, that was like a part of the lines that we didn't learn, but like after that it was kind of vacant, so I was kind of just going throughout the list and stuff.
So what's the process look like these days? Let me be honest, it's been a little minute.
Oh yeah. So they took out the majority of the physical things, but it's because, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been a majority female section for a couple years now, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I'm peeping. I keep up with the current section.
Oh really?
And, yeah. I'm tapped in.
Okay.
So I'm actually from the DMV. I grew up in Maryland, and then like I stayed in DC for, I don't know, like 8 years after graduation.
Wow.
So like I was around for a little bit when Dion and Boom had the section.
Yeah,
so I used to
yeah.
come through and see all the stuff. But I moved to Texas like 3 years ago for a job. You know what I mean? Out here chasing a bag.
Yes, sir.
I
Got
would
you.
say Texas paid for me, but the Texas prices and no income tax
Yeah,
is definitely more.
for sure.
So I'm out here stacking a little bread, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing.
Yeah, no, that's smart. I was actually just out there recently. There's a convention that I was a part of, that I went to go support in near Austin. Yeah, Austin, Texas.
Okay, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm in Austin.
Okay, bet. Yeah. I don't know if you ever heard of DreamCon with RDC World.
Yeah, I'm hit. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so like,
bro, DreamCon gets a little wild, bro. Like I met some of them DreamCon people when I first came out here. I had only been in Texas for like 2 weeks at the time. Like I just moved out here.
dang.
I didn't even know what was going on. I just ran into, because like there's not a lot of black people in Austin, right?
Yeah.
So like I ran into like a whole group of them, and then I ran into another group and then another group. I'm like, let me know what's going on. Maybe I'm missing something. You let me know where the people are. But they said they were in town for like a convention.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. I was probably part of the crowd. What year was that?
This was 23.
Yeah. No. My first. Yeah. No. My fault. My first year there was 2024, and yeah. So it was Austin that year, and then actually last year I was in Houston for the first time. But now that's my first time being in Texas, so it was kind of lit. I definitely understood why, because growing up, because my dad was in the Air Force, so we used to go all around and travel, and so that's how I landed my way in the South for real. But a lot of friends that I knew growing up, if they did move from where I was at, they always moved to Texas, and I was like, I don't know why.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, like you can build a great life out here. Like socially, there may be a bit to be desired, because I feel like, all right, so you've been in New York, right?
Yeah.
You know how like New Yorkers are like real standoffish, and they kind of mind their business.
Yeah.
I feel like New Yorkers are generous but not nice, right?
Right.
They're not gonna be nice to you to your face, but if you ask somebody where the train at, they're gonna tell you exactly where it is.
Right.
I say people in Texas are nice but not generous. They got that nasty nice, bro. They gonna smile in your face and then call the cops on you later.
Oh yeah. Especially if it's, you know what I'm saying. At least my experience being a black man, in these southern environments, man, like a lot of those white folks, they definitely, yeah, they be on that sometimes.
Yeah, man. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's been smooth. Like, I'm a bit disconnected. Like, I'm turning 31. So, like, I'm kind of getting old out here in these streets. So, the places that I frequent are a bit less, like, turned up. And, I be drinking wine and stuff these days. I put the bottle down.
My money said I'm getting into my classy phase, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I understand that you got to. I'm glad.
No, that's what I'm on these days.
Nah, but it's really cool.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
Back to the process. So you said that it's changed a bit because we got a lot of females coming through.
Yeah,
the line,
it's
you
been
know what I'm saying?
it's been a female ran line like high key for like I would say so 2019 was like the last like it had a decent female presence, but it was like the last like probably like process that you were used to, I would say. And then Boom was part of that. Like Boom helped bring that up as well. And then 2020, obviously COVID and stuff hit, and the rebirth of that was fall 22. Fall 22, a lot of them actually just graduated last year, but they were like the rebirth of kind of just.
That's like Josh Sears?
Yeah. Josh Sears. Yeah, Josh Sears the he plays the Quince with me back then, of that first year.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and then there's a person named Josh Wallington. He's played snare. There's a white dude named Quinn. He was on snare as well, of course.
Isn't he still with the section? Is he the one that's the instructor?
Nah, he's not the instructor. But he's actually helping right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So our main instructor. So when Newsom left, they then obviously had Wash, and then when Wash left, they had Fitz step up. But Fitz was basically still titled the assistant director, but was given the responsibility of like the head director for like a year. And then he was in the air to go for main director, but then the assistant to the assistant, which is Professor Mills, he went out for it himself, and Mills actually got it over him. So.
Oh damn! All right.
Yeah.
Kind of shicey out here.
Nah, high key. It was a little like, bruh, the way that we found out too. It was like, people were like in the group meeting, and all of a sudden, he just started talking more for the summer, and we're just kind of like, oh, what's going on? And then Fitz kind of hit us with this long speech, and it was like, dang, it's out of here. But I was saying, so basically, like over the summer, what happened was like, Fitz kind of was talking less, and Mills was talking more in the group meeting, like getting ready for the summer, and that's kind of when we knew. Then Fitz finally hit us with the long paragraph discussing his time no longer being here.
So did Fitz leave?
Yeah, so Fitz is no longer an instructor at all.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, so he teaches at like a high school.
High key, you kind of gotta leave. If you are next in line and they give it to somebody else, they kind of force your hand at that point.
Nah, for real. But I can tell, to be honest with you, what happened was, because like I said, I got the privilege to have a little bit of taste of like him, and then have like this transition. But like honestly, I feel like they probably wanted like a new and exciting, like they wanted something new out of Showtime, and Fitz was very like, because he went to Showtime himself, he was going to give you that traditional, aspect of what the band was. You feel me? So I think that's kind of what they were going for. And it's kind of funny because now, like, almost all the instructors, they all graduated from Southern University.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, besides Fitz, Mills, he's at Southern. There's a couple new assistant instructors that went to Southern University as well. And then, as you know, Newsom, he also went to Southern. So, like, it's kind of Southern dominated out here. But, yeah, going back to the process though, yeah, like it's so you know what I'm saying, we still have them like with some similar rules, you know what I'm saying, couldn't wear colors, couldn't step on the yard. We wear like our jungle boots now for band, so like we don't wear like we wear our white sneakers of course, but we also wear these big combat boots basically, you know what I'm saying. They had to wear that every day for part of their fits, you know what I'm saying, you couldn't switch it off. Yeah. They had so still in the same infos, you know what I'm saying, excuses, like its mission, definition throwing machine. And then we kind of learned like the lines from 22 to 22 to current, and then the like, of course, like 1992 the groove. Then
The classics, like what, 92 to like 95.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A couple influential people that were in that earlier phase, basically.
Yeah.
And then like Julius, he's still around like a lot, so they threw him in
That's
there.
right, he moved back a few years ago, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, he came back from Jersey, so he's been here like almost every game. Like like any home game, he's honestly here. So
No, he's real supportive of Thunder Machine, man. Like
yeah.
I met him like while I was online. Like he came to like my CrossFit letter and I hated that motherfucker. He's one of the best bros that I think I've met.
Oh yeah.
He's real dedicated. Outside of like Kyle, maybe, he's real dedicated.
Man, Kyle, bro, I wish Kyle was chatting as much. I guess he's talked to you. He's kind of calmed down. Then, like, he's talked to me in the beginning when I first crossed myself, and after that, he kind of like went like very.
Well, I mean, bro, Kyle's old, bro. He played for like 10 years in a row. This nigga, he's like a Sigma. He's a Mason. He's KK Psi. He's Phi Mu Alpha. He like everything.
That's also true.
He was pledging for like 10 years straight. He also like played in the section for like 5-6 years after he graduated. Like,
damn.
I think he did his time.
Yeah. I mean,
so he was trying to pass it over to somebody new, somebody young, because he got a family now. I feel like he like was putting more into the section to make sure that it stayed alive rather than like focusing on himself. So
right.
People told him he needed to take a step back. But no, old Kyle with the dreads, he was a force to be reckoned with. These days, he done cut his hair off. He a family man now.
Right. I mean, shoot. I mean, you know, we love to see it, bro, eventually. Because, like I will say, unfortunately, man, like, that's also why I was kind of excited to speak with you. Because when I heard, like, when I came into the section. No, you're fine.
My fault. I'm outside exercising.
Oh, no. Oh, damn, my fault. You know what I'm saying?
No, this is perfect.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I need a little something to make the time pass. I've been getting fat. I've been sitting in the desk doing my job, so I gotta get outside and get my 20,000 steps in.
Hey, bro, got to, bro. Hey, man, Texas is hot. You gotta have a reason to take your shirt off. You know what I'm saying?
But go ahead. What were you saying?
Damn, I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. I was saying, one of the reasons why I was excited to talk to you though too is because like, literally from when I first crossed TM, it kind of gave that like anybody within like recent years was kind of not doing too hot in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how else to really express that, but it was more so like especially like if you played like the Quince or something, like they were all kind of in some like, yeah, I dropped out or I was in jail for X amount of years, like, and like it kind of
the Quinn players, the fucking degenerates of the line. God damn.
No, yeah. So hearing just really because you know, like we had to do like an interest statement, like a formal interest letter whenever we came in, and like one of the points I make, cause I honestly came to the school kind of fresh face. Like I didn't really know. I knew drums, but I didn't really know too much of like that culture.
Right.
So I just told him like, as far as like what I thought of Howard as like Howard as a whole, like as a university, just like how much I had like respect for it. So it was really cool to see like other people, you know, that also had the same like intellect, same ambition to want to come into the school and then also play the drums. So it's like I was interested to see like where those people, you know, could head out and do. But then I'm finding out that they didn't even, you know, say they didn't really, you know, do anything outside of that. So that's why like when I was looking everything up, just like looking at like having access to the doc, you definitely stood out and I was like, wow, this is somebody that that's definitely like a created his own Howard legacy and like has pursued within the section. So I was like, yeah, like this is hard.
Yeah, bro. Shit. What else did you want to know about the rest of this stuff? So like for me, Howard was home, right?
Yeah.
My mom went to Howard. My brother was the TA my freshman year at Howard.
What?
So like
That's crazy.
We're kind of a Howard family, yeah. So we had the same major. So like my brother, he's just like he got like a partial photographic memory. So like he was good at everything, like forever. So he didn't really know what he wanted to do. So he was good at math, so somebody told him to study computer science. But that's kind of what I was passionate about in high school. Like, I was a big, like, tech guy. You know what I mean? Like, I was really into, like, Apple and stuff, like, back in the early days, like, jailbreaking and shit like that. Like, I was trying to get into learning, like, cybersecurity, computer science, stuff like that. And, yeah, that's what I went to Howard for. Funny enough, like, I didn't even plan on being in the band when I got there. I think, like, Newsting saw that I played in the band in high school and, like, came and recruited me and threw a bunch of scholarship money at me. So I was like, who am I to say no to money? Free is my favorite player. You know what I mean? And, like, I like playing drums. It was just, like, my life had kind of been consumed by drums up until that point. Like, I've been in bands and stuff like that since I was in middle school. So, like, it kind of took up a whole lot of my time. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to college, reinvent myself, blah, blah, blah. Lo and behold, I ended up with statistics in my head. But no, it was cool. Like, you know what's crazy, though? Like, I feel like being in Showtime and being in CS specifically taught me a lot of, like, street smarts. You know what I mean? There was just a lot of intangibles that I learned from some of the bros around. Toughened me up a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know how, like, you have to ask people to enter the square, yeah? Before they cross.
You said what was that?
To enter the square.
You said what was that?
You have to get permission to enter the square before you cross? Yes, no?
No, that's actually new to me. Like, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so basically, all the lines that come through,
Mm-hmm.
the night that you cross, like, it's supposed to be like a long-ass night, right? You show up at, like, 8 p.m. and we didn't cross till, like, fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. So, like, we had to, like, run through all of our information. Like, they made us do it a bunch of times. They made us do a bunch of calisthenics. Whatever, cool. But basically, the reason why it goes so long is because every bro that's older than you, from the youngest bro to the oldest, you have to ask them individually if you can enter the square. So it'd be like, big brother, kamikaze, permission to enter the square. And then they're going to say, hell no, fuck you, right? And then they'd be like, what must we do to enter the square? And basically, they give you some, like, shitty-ass tasks. They give you some stupid thing. One was like, do 1,000 push. It was just like, you know,
right,
shit like that I probably wouldn't have experienced if it wasn't for Tia, right? It wasn't about wrestling that nigga or boxing him. It was about not being scared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I learned a lot of, like, fortitude doing that. Like, the year after, we went to Honda, the Battle bands in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And playing with some of those bands could be quite intimidating. Like, we're the smallest fucking band in the band.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, this wasn't just MEAC. This was, like, all the shit. We were down there with fucking the Jukebox. We was down there with Russian 100, FAMU, like, all the fucking people. You know what I mean? So, like, you had to go out there and pop your shit. It's the one thing I take away from Tia. Is, like, it's the first family that you find. It's not the family that you're given. It's the family that you chose.
Yeah. Nah, that's, bruh. When I tell you, man, I almost got, like, I mean, I don't want to say, like, you know what I'm saying? Not goosebumps. Just a little pause. But, you know, feel like I got kind of, yeah, that's kind of what I found myself kind of, like, appreciating whenever I was realizing what I had, like, came into a little bit. But
yeah,
honestly,
it's not gonna hit you until, like, 10 years later.
That's even crazier.
No, so serious, because, like, they say, like, this is your lifetime family. You done built, like, bonds or whatever. Like, my LB Miles, if you haven't talked to Miles, give Miles a call. He's going for you months. He's down in Atlanta. But,
okay, yeah, if you have his
LB
number,
Miles,
yeah, I'll take it. If you have his number, for sure.
Absolutely. I talked to him for his birthday last week, and, like, we're fucking, 12 years strong in this motherfucker, and I still talk to him very regularly. We'd be talking about life, like, before we used to talk about the section, now we just talk about life. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about everyday struggles, shit that, you know, I still call him for advice. Me and him, we used to, we had a drum line in Suiton, in PG County, right outside DC, that we ran for, like, 4 or 5 years. It's called Strike Force. So we had, like, some middle schoolers out there playing Howard cadences, shitting on Howard low-key, because we some good instructors. But, you know, it was dope. Like, some of those, one of my other LBs just crossed Delta last weekend. Another LB, she about to have a baby. She got married. I was the best man at her wedding last year. So it's just like, you know, a lot of this shit is these are your people, man. And I'll say that TM is a very, very dysfunctional family, right? Like,
not for
I'm
sure.
not gonna say it's not with its problems. Like, everybody don't fight each other, and everybody don't whatever, but like, we all come together for a common goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's very, very cool. I'd say, like, I don't really keep up with TM as much in like the group me and stuff like that. I be trying to get back, but every time I come back to DC, I feel like there's so many people I gotta see. And I'll be missing the section. But you know, I still be around. I still keep in touch. I still keep up with the lines. So like, I know who you are, but like, you know, it's hard to keep the name straight.
Right.
I don't know people's faces.
Okay. Nah, this is actually tough, bro. Like, shoot. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you come down next time, bro, please let me know, man, for sure. Were you here for 20 for your 10 year last year, 2024?
No. I didn't come last year.
Dang, bro. And it was a centennial, bro. That would have been a lit time for you, man. TM, bro.
Yeah, I folded. I think I did something else last year for homecoming.
Yeah.
I had already had some like previous plans that like landed on the same weekend.
Dang.
Like I think I went to the country. I was in Bali. I was in Thailand and Bali for one of my other LBs, one of my alpha LBs. It was his birthday.
Oh, okay.
So we had been planning this shit for like a minute, and like I got back the same day as homecoming. So like, you know, I wasn't able to make it.
Dang. Yeah, nah, bro.
I was out here on my international shit.
That would have been tough, but shoot, I mean, you gotta grow up though, so that's hard. I'll be looking forward, you know what I'm saying, when I get to that point.
But I'm gonna be at homecoming next year for sure.
Okay.
It's my 10 year in alpha.
Yeah.
For Vantage after, so like I'm about to pull up. Me and my homies about to do it big.
Okay, shoot,
so
man.
I'll be around. I'll
to.
Make sure, you know, we link up and all that.
Got to. Cause like, well, not like, so there were two women on your, like, whenever you were in the drumline, was it still was a majority women for y'all too, or was it like splits?
There were 3 women in the line, only 2 of them are TM.
Oh, okay.
So the top bass drum, the third bass drum, the shorty, and then some play. But everybody else was
straight niggas. It's crazy.
Was niggas.
Yeah,
we had a lot of y'all still get vocals they play in the band.
So they actually
half the drum line was vocals when I came through.
Oh yeah. Now they actually calmed that down. Okay. Howard.
I mean, at a certain point, that shit was kind of lit because they had nothing else to care about the drums. So they was good. You know what I mean? Like Greg was great at playing quiz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Malik, do you know Malik?
Yeah, bro. Malik.
Malik's not TM, but Malik was like super in the section. I think he wasn't TM just because he's had so much other shit going on. You know
yeah. Nah, bro. Malik still be popping his stuff. You know, he just performed with Gunna like a month ago or two.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Like,
alright, that's what's up.
Yeah, no.
I haven't talked to Malik in a minute.
You know, he shows love a lot, actually.
There's a lot of locals around in the line, so. While it was a big liability for the school, they were essential to what makes Thunder Machine, TM, Showtime what it is.
I could definitely tell for sure, because I'm not gonna lie, bro, we're missing that grit, like the attitude, like just the mindset when it comes to the band, when it comes to just caring about the instruments. I was in a similar way, you know what I'm saying? Like when I came to Howard, I mean, I don't want to say that it was just for the scholarship, but the scholarship really did draw me when it came to the band, because I actually transferred. Like I transferred from my community college coming into Howard. So I took a year off of high school, and I just to figure out, you know what I'm saying, more what I wanted to do. Also, like I didn't really have a lot of funds to my name, so I worked full time, and then I was, you know what I'm saying, making pretty decent bread, you know what I'm saying, with the job I had. Like I bought myself a car and everything, so I was like, okay, let me try to do that and still go to school. So I went to my community college, and then when I came out here, I'm kind of removed from the band world for a while, so I wasn't even thinking about it. But, you know, I was just trying to, you know, kind of get in, and I was having some, difficulties with the Howard runaround because I was transferring, so, they didn't really have me a student email and stuff.
Howard runaround.
Bro, yes, it still continues. So I was like, okay, let me figure that out. And then as I was figuring it out, they messed around, and I saw the band as an opportunity. I was like, okay, this is something that could also help me out, but this is it's the band. I don't mind doing it. And then turned into a whole nother, it honestly made another love. The love I had for it in high school was one thing, but it really kind of grew when it came to Howard, bro. And yeah. So, but I will say though, like I said, we had a decent amount of, you know what I'm saying, niggas around that last year. that came in, or that recently just left. But after that, it was almost progressively like all women, and so like now it's definitely been a little bit of a different type of time. Like we deal with more attitudes than ever, bro. Like nothing is just do
there's
it.
no men in Thunder Machine, bro. They're all bros. Ain't no women in the section. What the fuck is that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's all it's a little different now. We just recently brought some new ones in, and I think next year we're probably gonna have some as well. But
Yeah, hopefully, because the line sound on the touch imbalanced, if you ask me. Ain't it like, what, 5 bass drums, 3 quints, and like 1 snare? 2 snares?
It's 1 snare right now, bro. It's technically
Like,
technically
me,
technically 2
snares.
snares.
Niggas off of samples or something like that and put on a snare.
Well, the reason
What's up
is
with the quint players? They can't play snare?
so the reason is apparently so we also got a new instructor, and like this is the first time we ever had like a real yeah. So Miko, he's been more hands-on with how he wants the sound to be. So he's been like very stickler of like, basically he doesn't want to build anybody. He doesn't take the time to have somebody that has potential. He wants to like find somebody that's like fresh and ready to play. And that could have happened if we still allowed like just DC people to slide. But as far as somebody that like also was chopping in band in high school and so happened to make their way out here, like it's kind of rare, to be honest. Like that's kind of rare.
I mean, but that's just Showtime culture. Like, we're just not a band school.
Yeah.
People don't come to Howard to be in the band.
Exactly.
Like they do at other schools, right? And
exactly.
yeah, and I think it's good that we're getting a fresh perspective from Miko, because in the past, all the instructors that we had so far have been TM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're just kind of carrying on the traditions, and there's a lot of the old heads in their ear, because if they're TM, they already know them and they have access to these people.
Right.
Like when Dion came through, I think Dion struggled a lot because Dion was listening to a lot of outside noise, right? It was just like Dion was trying to do his own thing, but he was dealing with the new generation of Thunder Machine, and they were trying to treat him like he was dealing with the old guard. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there was just, I think after Dion left, they finally started accepting that, like, these, what is it, Gen Z? What are you, Gen Z? Gen Alpha?
I don't even know. I think Gen Z.
It don't matter. But some of the younger kids or whatever, the newer generation, you can't talk to them like you used to talk to the old ones. Like, that's just not gonna fly. Especially with all the women in the section. You know what I mean?
Bro, not at all. Not at all.
It's been an interesting transition to see how we've evolved.
It is. I feel like the music has been choppier for sure. Also, like our show, and I'm gonna be personal, bro. I'm gonna get real personal. We had one of my dogs. His name is Jacob. He was a snare that was part of Fall 22. He's just really, unfortunately, didn't really. He's kind of just not really working well with the balance and prioritization of his academics. So he kind of got in a position where the scholarships weren't there, and he wasn't able to kind of make his way back to Howard.
Right, that's how many played snare, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it. Okay.
So when that happened, it kind of threw a lot of the order off. So we had my boy Steven, he plays the bass. He kind of like already went for that title but didn't get picked this past summer. So he stepped up, and but when he was busy, I mean, like a lot of people kind of like looked at me anyway. So I kind of finally like took on that mantle and stuff like that. So I was kind of assisting, doing like I'm the battery leader for the quint section, but because of all this, I was doing a lot of like just overall section leader kind of stuff when I could. You know what I'm saying? Just help out the section simply, and also just getting stuff right. Like I said, like it got to a point where I'm like, look, this back and forth, this conversation, this like all this stuff can't slide. Like what happened to Jordan Performance? What happened to just having the love for it? You're right. Like literally.
The section that had was best run.
Right. They don't do any of that. Yes. So I was like, so I kind of was pushing that, but also trying to make it like healthy, and you know what I'm saying, but also like, but it really just started off with being an example. Like at first, like I would we had practice. If we didn't know the music because we had a new cadence, okay, I'm doing all my work. You know what I'm saying? I'm an engineer, so I'm gonna try to do my work that night ahead of time. I might bring my laptop with me. And I was I was trying to be the first ones there, and if I wasn't, I let you know. And I was almost like 2 minutes later, something like that. Like it was always. So I'm not gonna lie. By the end of the season, it was kind of a smooth, machine. So I do have an opportunity next year, and they're really trying to get me to go out to be like overall section leader, and officially. And I'm not gonna lie, I want to be mad at it just because I really want to see like I feel like I see the changes and I see the things that like what we could do, and especially after definitely helping bringing this like line in too. Yeah, bro. Like I help these little people like come up. Like I really help these people like get involved into the section. So I feel like they have like a lot of trust in me, and I already had trust in the other people to really turn this into something worth talking about again for sure. So I'm on the fence about it because I definitely want to like make sure I just give up my all for engineering. But I should just know.
Okay, well, how about this? I'm gonna give you Miles' number. Give Miles a call. He was a section leader for 2 years. He was a section leader when I came in to the band. He was also online for KK side while he was section leader.
Oh wow.
And he had to deal with not just Howard students, but the locals as well. So I think that he would be able to give you some really good things. Talk to him.
Okay.
And if you have any questions about leadership, or cause he was also like band president. He held all the titles in the band.
Dang. Okay.
So,
shout out to Miles.
Give him a shout, man. Give him a shout.
Okay. Yeah, and I definitely. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And.
But all right. So what's the goal for? Well, what do you see for the section? What do you see for yourself personally? And then just like outside of band, what are your goals?
Okay. So personally, my goal for the band is I just want us to like I want us to. We're already looked at as the number one HBCU.
Right.
I mean, just in general, and I want the drumlines to get popular again. Like, for me growing up, like Drumline the movie when that joint came out, like I was a young buck when it came out, of course, but like it was on all the time, but the replays were there. People knew what was going on when it came to Drumline. Drumline, I feel like it had the aura enough to be popping on campus, and I feel like it's had a slow come up, and people definitely recognize it. I think it's all personality based, though, of course. But I want when people look up HBCU drumlines for Howard to be like one of the ones we play. So my goal is I want us to be overly prepared. So anytime there's a time for us to get some light shine, we can play our best, and no one's nervous. We're able to, what I'm saying, because we've repped it so many times, for the band. And if I could just lead the section with that, with at least like it being better than when I came, that's all I got for real.
That's all you can do.
And then as far as like my overall like Howard career, so I'm like I said, I'm a transfer student. So I came in that way. I've been with the band and everything, but I'm pretty active on campus as of now. Like obviously I'm very involved when it comes to band, but I'm just a social person in general. I'm a student ambassador with the school. So I help like I work in the A building, help go out the tours. I help all those kinds of things, and I'm also a member of the robotics at the Howard University, a robotics team. And
you might know my brother then. So my brother is a computer science professor, Dr. Blackstone. He teaches like computer science 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, I actually heard of him, but yeah, oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I've heard of him, but I never had him, but like I heard of him. I think like for us it's like an elective if you want to take it, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You're mechanical, you said?
Yeah, mechanical.
Okay, right.
But yeah. So like, also, yeah, for me, like, yeah, like that first year coming as a transfer, like it was weird because I came in knowing no one, but then by the end of like the first semester I was here, like, man, I feel like I've been here like for a while, you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as I walk outside, I'm saying what's up to somebody saying up to me, it's always somebody. So like, so it didn't take me long to get acclimated and stuff like that, and yeah, I just kind of want to continue that. But now I want to take a little bit of like what I do personally back into Howard. So like I started like a production company when I was in high school. It's called Desire to Make It, DTMI. It's an LLC, and we used to do short film work, but it turned out it's just like doing commercial projects. And I kind of took like a little break when I came here with it, but I'm in the process of like turning into it and rebranding it into full blown like clothing line. So I been like working on that, and like I was part of like this challenge in SOB for like I was in this cohort with sponsored with PNC Bank to be able to win that pitch competition of $20,000. I didn't get it, but I got selected. So like you had to apply to get in, you had to like do an interview, all those things. So I got in out of like however many applied. It was about like only 15 of us in there, and I did like a whole like I want to say like 10-week course. I meet up with different like business professionals and stuff like that. So, but because of that, I then rubbed a lot of shoulders with like a lot of people in SOB, and then like they're also aware of me, to where I'm now kind of interconnected to put like a lot of my stuff involved with them, but I'm also like an engineer. So I'm just trying to bring more of like that work on campus, and kind of like I mix my personal brand with like my higher brand. So that's kind of it. And then outside of that, you know, you mentioned just that camaraderie, like when it comes with like the whole TM thing. And I'm not gonna lie, that's something that I'm still searching for. That like a uniqueness of like a brotherhood. And in all honesty, I would love to be a part of your other organization. I founded it in 1906. I definitely would. Just to kind of have some like-minded people in my life that also have like just like have the same goals, have the same ambition, and I'll be able to come back years down the line, and I'll be able to kind of connect and see what else we can build together. So yes, sir.
All right, so tell me what you know about Alpha.
So what I know about Alpha, of course, I know that it was founded on Tuesday, December 4th, 1906, at Cornell.
1906.
Oh, I'm sorry.
1906.
1906 in.
You're not a brother. It's 906. It's 106.
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry. Yes, sir. My fault. In Ithaca, New York. I know the beta chapter was charted on Friday, December 20th, 1907 at Howard University in Washington, D.C. I'm aware of the founders to me, which is Henry Arthur Callis, Charles Henry Chapman, Eugene Nickel Jones, George Biddle Kelly, Nathaniel Allison Murray, Robert Harrod Ogle, and Werner Woodson Tandy. The aims, a manly deed, scholarship, and love for all mankind. The motto, first of all, servants of all, we shall transcend all. What else? The symbol, which is the Sphinx. The mission statement. The Alpha Fraternity Incorporated develops leaders promotes brotherhood and academic excellence while providing service and advocacy for all communities. What else on top of my head? Another thing that really interested me was when I found out about I'm trying to give you this specific name. It's called like I want to say like Tap Day or yeah. When I found out about Tap Day, just the incorporation of how they use the band involving with their chapter during that time, that also like intrigued me too, because they don't currently have a relationship with the band, and I feel like as a band for what we bring to the university, I feel like I would like to build that relationship back. And it was really interesting hearing how it was used all the way back in the very beginning of the like whole organization at Howard.
For sure. All right. So the thing about Alpha, right? Alpha is a living and breathing entity. The only reason why it's so great is because of the people, right? It's like if we stop bringing in new blood, or if the people in there start slacking off and stop supporting it, it would be dead, right? It's a living, breathing entity, right? So if you were to be so fortunate, what do you think that you could bring to
If I were to ever be so fortunate, I would bring in the perspective of coming in from the South. Like for us, like I come back home from Mississippi, we like a lot of programs, a lot of like charter schools or like just like academic opportunities, they weren't really offered a lot. It was, if you did have an interest, like you had to do it on your own. So for example, like I'm into robotics now, but I started robotics when I was in high school, and I was a part of the first introduction to Avex robotics into my like a high school area, and now that's something that like is still continued on currently. So I feel like I can bring in that drive, and also the perspective of I don't really like I can help. I bring things up from the ground up, like from scratch. And then it even shows along with just like the transfer association, for example, like their transfers at Howard University never really gotten like a lot of like credit or response or any like looks before. And like I recently been featured on like the Future Bison a website. If you were to go to Howard University and click the like application button, and I'm literally the picture underneath the apply window for transfer students now, and and it kind of just gives it to me for like as just I guess like as an example for what I've been doing on campus, I guess you could say.
Here's how you answer this. Okay, so I like what you said. There's some good tidbits in there, but if you come to that, try to have like an elevator pitch ready, right?
Okay.
So basically, you're really involved on campus. You're involved in the engineering department. You're involved in the band. You're involved with SOB, and you also give the campus tours, right? So that means you're connected with the larger Howard, right? You have a finger on the pulse of what's going on, and you'd be able to be social within the organization, right?
Right.
That's it. You don't have to ramble on about all the stuff. Just concrete points.
Okay.
What's your GPA?
My GPA is a 2.8.
Gotta get that up, man.
Right.
Gotta get that up. 2.8's a little low.
Okay.
2.8 is gonna make it very, very difficult. 3.2 would be, bare minimum, damn near. But a 3.5 would be good, right?
Okay.
Because the chapter's GPA right now, their average GPA of all the brothers in the chapter is a 3.6.
Oh wow.
So like, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where like, if you were to be so fortunate, that would be a talking point. But you can mitigate that, right? Be like, while the process is going on, you can get a tutor, you can work on getting your GPA up. But low GPAs, you can't tolerate. You know what I mean? That's just one of those concrete things you can't tolerate, right?
I got you.
So, let's see. Have you been to any events on campus? Do you know any of the current chapter brothers?
I do.
You do? Who do you know?
I know about all of them, but I have a personal relationship with Rob.
Russell?
Yeah. Rob Russell. That's been my man for a long time. I work with Joel. And I was familiar with Michael because he's part of the his first year coming in, he was part of like the chapel assistants, and then Jason is a mechanical engineer major as well, and then Josiah, he was in my dorm. He was in the freshman dorm in Drew when I was first there. And then like everyone else I'm just like familiar with, but those are the people I actually have a relationship with.
Gotcha. So when you go to these events, do you participate? You know what I mean? Are you active? Have you expressed interest to any of the chapter brothers yet?
Yes. I specifically Rob at first. That was like my first one that I expressed interest.
Okay. And what did he tell you to do?
He told me to hit him up like whenever we needed like well, he told me to hit him up another time for us to like talk about like that era of his life, and then like after he called, he told me to have some things kind of memorized to continue, and then I called him back after that, and then I just kind of just him. I talking to him about the info.
Okay. All right. So, me personally, I can't really do much for you. Like I said, I'm about 10 years removed from the chapter.
Right.
And the way that the chapter works is basically the same way it's here. You know, it's just like the current section or the current chapter has all the power. They make all the decisions because they're the living, breathing entities. It's like all of the alumni, we're all alumni brothers now. Like we're in Beta Lambda. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're in these grad chapters where it's like we're not necessarily Beta anymore. So
Right.
like you'll be Beta forever, but like, you know what I mean? Currently, the people that are in the chapter are the ones that are going to determine how the process goes, and those are the people that are going to be voted, right?
Right.
So like your first priority is to get with those people. Get with them, ask them what you need to do, make sure you're attending all these events, make sure you're learning all this information, find other people that are also pursuing, and study with them. Because by the time, if you ever be so fortunate, there's no time to ramp up. You need to know all the shit immediately. You need to have all your shit together academically, because it's a bumpy road. I'm gonna let you know, it's not easy. In Beta chapter, I'm not sure how much you know about Beta chapter, but it's a very, very important chapter, not only to Howard, not only to the fraternity, but to the entire D9. Right? Because Beta chapter basically birthed all the other orders. You feel me?
Right. Sure
so
did.
It's hard to be Beta. And, you know, I say this to say that, like, I'm not saying this to discourage you, I'm just saying that it's a journey. And there are some things that you need to tighten up personally if that's the route you're going to take. Okay? Now,
I'm sorry, what was that? What was that last part?
If you have any questions, say it.
I'm sorry, what was that last part? I didn't hear you.
I said there's some things that you need to tighten up if this is something that you would like to pursue.
Okay.
Right? And I'm not going to lie, in December, he's kind of a little late in the game. You know what I mean? A lot of people start studying months ago.
Right.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So like, since you talk to Rob, you talk to Jason, you talk to the bros or whatever, I just say continue doing it.
Okay.
Don't take your foot up their neck. You know what I mean? You could be annoying. It's gonna be awkward or whatever, but they'll tell you to back up. You back off. You need to back up. Right?
Okay.
If it's something you want, you gotta go get it. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna hand it to you.
Okay.
Whereas like, things in the van or like whatever, low key sometimes it feels like it's kind of a given if you just show up and you're there and you give an effort. It's not like that. Just being honest with you. It's not like that. Shit is cutthroat. There's a lot of people at the interest meetings. There's a lot of fucking people.
For sure.
So to be able to cut through the noise, you gotta have something. You gotta have an impact, right? So I'm gonna give you some insight. The way that these lines are chosen, they're chosen so that the lines are well balanced, right? That means you need somebody that steps. So like they're definitely gonna pick a couple of like the Drew Hall step people, a couple of the Drew Hall stroll people, right? They're definitely gonna pick a DJ. They're definitely gonna pick somebody that's good with graphic design because they need to make flyers. They're definitely gonna pick some like, we call them the gold rings. Some people that are just clouded on campus, you know what I mean? So they're not cloud, you can ride it, you know what I mean? Like that's needed. That's needed to bring the house, if you will, quote unquote. You know, but all of that. There's a lot that goes into the process, but I believe in you. I believe you can do it. And like I said, if there's anything that you need to practice or whatever, you have some questions, you need some guidance, let me know. You know what I mean? I'm around. But ultimately, the power is in the campus brothers.
Right. Okay. Because, I'm sorry. Well,
no,
I was gonna say, when you asked about the actives, I was trying to, like, those are the people I have like relationships like that are on the current line, but like the previous ones that are still technically active, I'm actually like, I actually know like a lot of those people like fall of like 23, fall 24, like those people I'm a little bit more, I know a good amount actually, and then just like I told you, I don't really know, like I didn't come in like understanding like the culture or anything like that, or like just like understanding like what that was. My parents, they didn't go to like HC or anything like that. So like when I first came,
Right.
I actually ran into at the time Mr. Howard was or
Who was that? That was Tim at that time?
you said who?
Who was it at the time? Tim?
No. It was Marlon.
Marlon. Okay.
Yeah. He was, and I didn't even. So like, we just started talking because of like the whole like clothing brand interest, and then I didn't even know, you know, what I'm saying, all, like I didn't know what he was doing and what that meant, and you know how that could have resonated with me. So yeah, like I'm still in conversation with him ever so often, or I'm definitely in a relationship with him where I could hit him up, you know what I'm saying, like when I needed to, for sure. So yeah, I'm kind of like he's not active anymore, but like I was just at like one of the actives for fall 23. He is a ambassador as well, so he had just did something. Jamari, I did something with ROTC, and so I just got invited to like one of his RTC events recently and stuff like that. So I'm still cool with them, but I didn't know if I should like talk to them about that as well because of what you said, like how it's like the ones that are like, I guess, neos, I thought they have more control with it. So I haven't really tried to talk about it with them. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the way the hierarchy works, right? Talk to the people that are still active. Those are the people that are going to be voting on.
Okay.
Like, you know, somebody like me could call up and have a say or whatever, but I really have no voting power. My voice really doesn't resonate that
Right, of course.
in the room anymore.
Okay.
Because they're the ones that are be making the decision. They're the ones that are being the judges of character and all that stuff. So I'd say talk to the neos first, and then the line before that, get to know all of them. Make sure you're showing up to events, wearing the correct attire. Make sure you don't tweak. You know what I mean? Don't be too loud on campus or whatever that you're going to the events, because like you don't want to be the leaky cauldron, the leaking the shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'd say stay with Rob and Jason. Those are some good bros. Those are my young specialists. And yeah, that's really all I can give you, bro. Like,
okay,
I can
cool.
give you advice on life, but on the on the actual process, like I said, like you've seen how the process has changed with TN.
Yeah.
Right? Since I came through, same thing with Alpha, right? I told you it's a living, breathing entity. There are things that are going to change. There's like things socially that go on campus that like the way I pursued is not going to be the same way you pursue. You feel me? So it's like, you have to adapt in the digital world,
So how was it pursuing, in addition to being in a band, like how was that process like for you individually?
Oh, that shit was hell. Well, basically, I started right after the season ended, and I only marched 2 seasons because the band started playing my money. And once you start playing my money, I couldn't really fuck with it. But so I only marched my freshman and sophomore year.
Oh, okay.
But I did pep band the rest of the year, so I would come through and like
the spring.
pick up a drum that they needed, right? Like right now, there's not enough snares. Before there wasn't like a top bass drum, so I played top bass drum for like half a season.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So like, I came through, I was still involved with the band, but I wasn't like enrolled in the band. So, yeah, and also I just needed to focus on my academics. Like the semester that I quit the band, I got a 4.0.
Oh, okay.
And I needed that 4.0 to be able to be eligible to make line.
Yeah,
You know
see,
what I mean?
and that's what I'm saying. That's definitely what added to the 2.8.
I think your previous experience with TM should come in handy when pursuing or whatever. But as far as pursuing, it was just like there were so many bros on campus because like the line that crossed before me, they had 32.
Yeah, 2015.
So like there was so many of them around that I just had to like talk to them, and they were just like, because they were a resurrection line, bro. Them niggas were just like not trying to be brotherly. They ain't give a fuck. They shot me down so many times, I just kept put on next. I guess somebody else you could reach out to, Marcus Prince from Spring 15. He was in the band, but he played like trumpet. I think he's like brass council.
Okay.
But
Marcus
he was
Prince.
my dean
Oh.
when I came through. But he was also in the band, so like I kind of had it in with him because me and him were cool on some like dance shit.
Right.
So I talked to him, and he like got me hip to do talks to and all that, whatever, blah blah blah. But it all just comes from relationship building. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So yeah, pursuing was I would like reach out to them in public. They would tell me, give them a call. You would call, get to know, blah blah blah. Just make sure they know your name, your face, because like the way the voting process works, it's like, you know, they go through all the names and yes or no.
Wow.
Basically, they're looking at your pedigree, they're looking at your credentials, your GPA, they're looking at your potential and how you can help the chapter. And that's really it. So
I see.
You know.
Wow.
I think there's a lot of bias that goes into that, like people be picking their friends.
Yeah.
Rather than picking a good line. That's why it's important to build these relationships, because like you want to be in on that friends hit, but you also need to be undeniable when it comes to why they pick this motherfucker right here. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Because like, though the current chapter has all the power, it does get audited by older bros in the chapter. Just going like the advisor is one of my homies. He's from 2015. He also has a say in this process. You know what I mean? So it's just like, if somebody is just your homie, but they look bad on paper, like, you know, they're not involved on campus, they got a shit GPA, or they're just like not a tolerable person to be around, he has the power to say no. You feel me? So it's like you kind of got to be firing on all cylinders, where it's like you need to be likable, and you also need to have the credentials. So, you know.
Man, thank you. Thanks for real. like truly.
Absolutely. So, like I said, I'm gonna give you some people to talk to on some TM shit, though.
Yes, sir.
So
Definitely.
I'm gonna get you to hit up Miles, call Miles Brown, and then Cyril Jefferson. You heard of Cyril? He's from Rides of the Machine. He's Greg's enemy.
Oh, okay.
You heard of him before? Cyril?
No, I haven't.
C-Y-R-I-L?
Okay. CYRL. Yeah, no, it looks familiar. Yeah.
I don't have his contact information, but you could probably get it from Greg or Miles.
Bet. I'll definitely try to get it from Greg.
Was the last captain, I think, of TN that really turned the sound of the section. Like he was an asshole. He was a horrible person to be in the section with, but they sounded great. So like, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. You know
right.
But that was the last time, like, during their height, was after the Jeff and Joel era. I think Cyril was probably the best section leader we had seen for a while. So he's actually running for office right now. I think, like,
wow.
Office in Carolina. Like, I think he's trying to be like mayor, alderman, something like that, whatever, in his local community. So he may be a little difficult to get in touch with, but he's a good resource. I would say hit him up, but definitely talk to him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send you their contact information and their names, and then we'll move from there. All right.
Yeah,
you
man.
Keep me updated on how this shit's going. If I can do anything, you let me know.
Yeah,
and, we'll catch up. All right.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, sir, for real, bro. You definitely help, man. Even the small nuggets, man. It's really good to hear other people that, you know, that just I made it through Howard and are living their life in perspective.
It's a struggle, bro.
Yeah.
Howard will try to hold you down.
Yes,
but
sir.
The thing that Howard taught me was to never take no for an answer. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I got just from going to Howard. Like, outside of all the other shit, it really taught me to never take no for an answer.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. All right, man. Hope to definitely see you hop on a drum. You know what I'm saying? This next homecoming.
For sure, man. For sure. All right, we'll be in touch.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, peace.
What's that fed? He might be like, bruh, ain't nobody here. It's not fed, bruh. I promise you it wasn't. But I do have to leave.